Let's bring in Florida Republican Congressman Greg Steube. He's a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He also served as an airborne infantry officer and a JAG Corps officer. Congressman, good to talk to you from your home state of Florida there. And I want to move to Nancy Pelosi's potential trip to Taiwan, because there's a lot of saber rattling and threats coming from China to a possible military response if she were to actually touch down in Taipei. Zhao Lijian, who's with the Chinese Foreign Ministry, said, quote, her stature as the #3 U.S. official means a trip would be highly sensitive. As to what measures we might take, let's wait and see whether she insists on this visit. In some ways, that reads like a child's threat. Oh, I'm mad and I'm going to do something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but believe me, you're not going to like it when it happens. What do you think?
Yeah, and first of all, Taiwan is a sovereign nation, and for the Chinese Communist Party to tell an American official, a U.S. official, what country they can and cannot visit is ridiculous. American officials should go to whatever country they feel like would aid in the development of the America First agenda and putting America on the map and aiding in our allies. And I believe that's what Speaker Pelosi believes she's going to do. I certainly now, at this point that China has made these childish veiled threats, I certainly wouldn't back down from my visit at this point. I think she's getting bipartisan support for the visit, and I would encourage her to continue, not change her plans just because China's threatening some type of action.
So if China does go ahead with some sort of military response, what form do you think it would take? Might they do what they did in 1995 and 96 and fire some missiles over Taiwan? Might they send jets out to try to intercept Pelosi's plane and stop it from landing? Is there a potential that if they did that, there might be some sort of accident?
Well, if they did that, there certainly would be an American response. Some of the reports have said that American military is beefing up our security in the China Sea to be able to provide some type of response. But I can't see the Chinese Communist Party doing anything like that. Any type of attack on her or the congressional delegation that is there would be viewed as a direct attack on American sovereignty. We have tons of allies in the region, Japan, Australia, and I can't see China doing that. There's been over 180, over 500 sorties, that was last year, over 500 military sorties into Taiwanese airspace just the beginning of this year, and China is just probing to see what they're able to get away with. And I think Republicans and Democrats are agreeing on the fact that we're going to stand with the Taiwanese people and push back on the Chinese Communist Party. I
want to bring up a picture from 21 years ago. This is 2001. This is a Navy EP-3 electronic warfare and surveillance plane on Hainan Island in China. This was flying off the coast of China in international airspace. It was intercepted by 2 Chinese jets. One of the jets, a J-8, bumped into the wing of this. The Chinese jet broke up, damaged this plane to the degree where the crew had to make an emergency landing on Hainan. If something like that happened with Nancy Pelosi, I mean, that would be an international incident that would definitely require some sort of American response and could tip the region into a crisis.
Well, and unfortunately, we have complete weakness from this president and this administration as it relates to China. Even Biden himself doesn't want Pelosi to go because he's weak on China, and he knows that he's compromised. So if something like that did happen, I don't have any assurances out of this White House that there's going to be any type of leadership, unlike we had in the Trump administration. We wouldn't even be dealing with these type of veiled threats if Trump was still president of the United States. It wouldn't be an issue for American officials to visit Taiwan like we have in years and years past. But if something like that does happen, you have a completely compromised lack of leadership out of the White House, and who knows what would happen if something like that came about while the delegation was there.
Well, we'll keep watching this and see if she touches down in Taiwan or not. Congressman Greg Steube of the great state of Florida, good to talk to you. Nice performance last week in the baseball game, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.